Hello and welcome to Friday Double Bill, the show where we review and analyze the latest releases from Bollywood and Hollywood to help you make a more informed choice at the movies. So without further ado, let's kick off with our Bollywood release, Sonali Cable.
Sonali Cable, directed by Charudat Acharya, is a film about a small cable company that provides broadband internet connection in a locality in Bombay. Their service runs very efficiently. The customers can put a face to their service provider. Soon enough though, a major internet conglomerate comes in to take over broadband connections across Bombay. They intend to wipe out all the small-time players. Sonali Cable Service, which is run by a girl called Sonali, played by Rhea Chakraborty, fights that big fish tooth and nail. The big company employs all kinds of tactics to eat up small cable companies. This includes threats, murders, politics, corrupt cops and goons. The film is a statement against monopolistic, large-scale enterprises. It is produced by Rohan Sippy and also stars Anupam Kher and Ali Fazal.
You know what's really interesting is that there's a new kind of trend emerging in Bollywood these days, which is extremely healthy, and that is of women-centric roles where you had Bobby Jasus about Vidya Balan taking on a completely interesting profession, that of a detective. Over here, Sonali is again a small town girl in terms of the milieu that she comes from, lower middle class, though in Bombay, but a small enclave of Worli, in fact Worli village. So it's really lower middle class. She's Sonali Dattaram Tandel, so she's really from the grassroots level. Her father is actually a street fighter who has been serving the various senas. And I think this is really interesting that you have these underdog films where the protagonist is a female. That is, I think, the positive aspect of this film. There are many other negatives. I mean, obviously you want to root for the underdog. This is a film where, you've got the juggernaut of a Gujarati industrialist conglomerate, Mr. Waghela, played with great aplomb by Anupam Kher, who's got for some reason a earbud stuck in his ear all through the film. It never comes out, but somehow the film falls short, wouldn't you say, Mayank?
Well, I'll take you up on a couple of things. One is, I think it takes about 2 years for a film to go from script to screen. Now, 2 years ago, if you remember, Fahad, was the year of Kahani, was the year of Dirty Picture. So clearly, mainstream film industry suddenly realized that those films can do really well. So suddenly, in 2014, from 2012, of course, taking up from that year, you have your Mardani, you have your Mericom, you have your Bobby Jasus, and therefore, even in small budget enterprises, you have a film that is completely set around a girl called Sonali, who's a cable operator, as it turns out, who runs this beautiful service to her.
Not quite a smooth operator. There are many hiccups. Yes.
Not so much, yes. And the second thing, and I think that's more important so far as I'm concerned as a viewer, because I've lived both in Delhi and Bombay, almost equal number of years. Now, when you
you haven't lived in Mumbai, clearly.
Well, not so much, and that is my point about living in Mumbai or Bombay. Now, so there are a lot of these small budget films that are set in Delhi. You take a Fukre, you take a Mere Dad Ki Maruti. The reason I'm mentioning these two is because the lead cast is from those two films.
Yes.
Ali Fazal was in Fukre, and then of course Rhea Chakraborty was in Mere Dad Ki Maruti. So there is a certain twang that all those films have to do with the Punjabi, slightly Haryanvi accent, as it turns out, and it seems very real. The moment you said the same thing in Bombay, or even Mumbai for that matter, which I think is a far more cosmopolitan city. I know a lot of people who are watching the show from Delhi will kill me for saying that. Somehow this Aiga or whatever seems far more accentuated. It doesn't sound real to me, and therefore even the milieu doesn't sound all that real by the end of the film. Well, that was Friday Double Bill, India's first full-length film review show on YouTube and on television. Like us, comment, and let us know what you thought about the show.